What's up, manga fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Hajime no Ippo. Two chapters have been released again, so lucky days. And this first chapter I'm going to review is chapter 1057, Reaper in the Grip of Madness. And as the chapter title says, Gonzalez, or Alfredo, is completely losing his crap. He's so infuriated with Ippo. He feels insulted that he's fighting someone at this level, and he's basically, throughout the whole match, he's just saying, you have no right to be at world level. I'm going to teach you what world level's about. I'm not going to let you reach Gonzalez. It's like only I have the right to reach him. It's like with your weak boxing and your crappy style, you're not going to get there. And while this is kind of threatening and intimidating, it's also like a double-edged sword, as we see, because he's losing his composure. So while he's getting stronger, he's also, losing his finesse. His calm, composed boxing style is just completely thrown out the window. So he's more focusing on like reckless offensive boxing rather than defensive jabbing and outboxing. So it's literally what we've been saying here at C Manga, that he's gonna slip up eventually, and that's gonna be what Ippo's gonna use, to basically take the advantage. He's gonna make a mistake, and Ippo's gonna capitalize on that and land a heavy hit that's gonna turn the whole match around. But yeah, it was there was one part in the chapter that made me laugh, but I'll get to that in a bit. As we see, most of the chapter, as I said, was that Alfredo raging, but it was also everyone noticing that Alfredo is going head to head with the Dempsey role, and this is his first time seeing it. Alfredo Gonzalez's team has said this. They've reviewed Ippo's last three matches, and the movement he did was similar to the Dempsey role, but he never actually unleashed the Dempsey role. So this is the first time they're seeing it, and Gonzalez is dealing with it quite well. He's diving in head on. He's got no fear. And it's as Kamaga said, if he had seen it before, it would have been over a long time ago. He would have had more cleaner, I'd say, a counter attempt. But in this one, he's diving in and looking to for a perfect angle to aim a counter. And Alfredo Gonzalez's team is panicking because they're like, it's impressive that he's diving in on the first attempt of seeing it, but at the same time, Metzu is, as I said, a double-edged sword. He's risking everything. The angrier he gets, the more reckless he becomes. And even though he's power, he's obviously more destructive with his boxing now. He's risking his defense and the chance of getting hit back by Ippo. So it's actually too late for him to revert back now as well, because this is the original boxing style that he's used, and he reverting back to his calm boxing style is impossible, because he's so angry at Ippo that he just wants to finish him off. And this is the same style Alfredo's used to get all the way to Ricardo. So it's kind of like, it's effective, but when it's up against someone like Ippo, who's good at taking hits and finding at least one chance to land a hit, it's gonna backfire on him. But later into the chapter, we see Ippo using the stop and go Dempsey role, the same one he used against Saramura, and everyone's all excited. And Aoki killed me at this part, because he was like, it's the Dempsey counter. I know Kimura's like, that's too many counters. So the whole motion's going the same way as Saramura. Alfredo has gone straight past Ippo. He said the same thing as Saramura, I can't stop. But it's like he still had that cynical, devilish grin on his face. And Ippo's obviously started up his hook, ready to land a nice clean hit on Alfredo's face. But what does Alfredo do? He leans into it, does a sendo, what he did against Ippo back in their title match day, and just completely nullifies the Dempsey roll just by leaning into his arm. And everyone was like literally like this, going, oh, like, I can't believe it, he stopped it. And what I laughed was because there was a follow-up to Aoki's joke about the counter, and we see Kimura actually say, oh, that was actually the right amount of counters, because obviously Alfredo's countered the counter. So yeah, that part made me laugh. It was good to see that little bit of humor in this chapter again, that typical Ippo humor, even if it's a serious moment. But yeah, in all seriousness, as Sendo and Miyata said, his animalistic instincts is disgustingly outrageous. He only seen this for the account. He's seen the stop and go Dempsey for the first time as well now. After seeing the Dempsey for the first time, and he straight away knew how to react to it. Just push forward and cancel the hook out. So it's pretty much at this point it seems hopeless. But there's a little ray of hope at the end where Kamagai starts screaming, "Go, kid, go!" And we know why, because now Ippo is close up. He's he's in fighting range, perfect for Ippo, who's small and can get in those little hooks and body blows that has made him win back matches in the past. So yeah, even though the Dempsey, both the original Dempsey and his stop and go Dempsey has been stopped, he's still got his infighting and his natural boxing style to fall back on. So this is pretty much it. I can tell this fight is reaching its climax. It's all basically infight from here, basing on if Gonzalez does respond with infighting. But the way he's going on now and his uncontrollable rage, I can see that happening. It's going to be a exchange of punches next round, next chapter. So yeah, that was the chapter. It was really in my opinion, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was 18 pages long as well. Well, I'd say 15 or 16, not including the pictures and artwork. But it was a fairly long chapter. I enjoyed it. And, as I said, it feels like, I don't know, like Ippo's kind of come off a break. Even though you've seen, obviously, all these other chapters, this chapter felt like it took a bigger step forward. Something actually happened rather than, the same either short chapters or Ippo just getting wailed on. It feels like some progress is happening in this fight. So yeah, as I said, it was a decent chapter. I very much enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see the next one. So yeah, you guys know the usual. Got any opinions, comments, predictions about this one and the next one, leave them in the comment box below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll join you guys in the next review in a few secs.